All right, welcome, team, again to another weekly watchlist session. This week is a special because, it's not super special because we are doing this on Monday, Juneteenth, because of the holiday. I decided to, instead of Sunday weekly watchlist, move it to holiday today, where market is closed and I was able to do it today um, better, I guess. I hope so. So, yeah, we had a slow week again. I don't know how many times should I, mention that we are in this summer time frame, and things are slow. Um, you should not expect so much out of market generally. But we're still trading. We are traders. If you want to be a trader and better every day, you have to dedicate your time and show up every single day to see what's going on, learn the cycle, um, learn the market, adapt to the market every time, learn how the market conditions every single day. These are experience. These are the experience that you need throughout your trading journey, and it's very important. And and I think it's essential for every trader to, if they want to be an active trader, to show up, especially with all the stuff that we are trading. Obviously, we don't trade larger cap or mega cap stock, but time to time we find the nuggets and we trade them, even in the larger cap area. Um, and as I'm going to talk about one of them today, which would be our swing ideas. After a while, I decided to put a swing idea. And a lot of you guys were concerned if you're gonna have any swing trade ideas, and I explained that why I don't really swing, and I don't swing at all, unless if I see something for a very short time frame, 2 or 3 days, and that's it. But it depends on the opportunity. It definitely depends on the quality of the stock. What's when you look at the stock, based on your analysis and what plan that I'm going to approach with. Though it really depends on those. For the past few weeks, month, I didn't really put up the swing because everything were kind of choppy, not trusting to all the action, and decided to after deep research and kind of like looking up and having uh, this ticker on watch, I decided to just put it up and see how I'm going to approach in terms of swinging the trade. So we'll see. I will talk about it in our watch list, but before I start, let's take a look, see what happened last week. We had inflation report. We had Fed skip the rate hikes instead of pausing it, and that was something. And based on analyst and forecast and pretty much all big banks, and they predicted that this will happen based on the inflation CPI report, which came out one day before Fed meeting, and that was very obvious to see that Fed probably going to skip or pause on Wednesday last week, and they skipped actually. It was very new, something very new after 15 months. So that kind of create this hawkishness, and they're going to raise a rate next month, and for more than the target rate steady is at 5% and 5.25. That's their target. So they will probably, projecting this to be two more quarter point hikes by end of the year. So that's that's not out of the picture. So still a lots of hawkish outlook ahead of time. We're going to have some major downturn in the in obviously in the next year or so. But it's very relatively overall market. When you look at the SPY, we had this huge move due to tech sector move the overall market. I would say especially Nvidia move the entire market pretty much for the past few weeks, and Apple and all the other major market movers in the tech and in overall SPY. But the thing is, we are seeing a lot of chaser. Lots of people are kind of tired, and we're seeing also a lot of algo movers and a lots of hype. So you put these things together and you analyze and see how this will plays out for the next few months or next year or so. So when you put all these together, you can see that things are. Last week I mentioned this as well. We are in this bubble of AI, and that is still going. But people and investor traders are still concerned about this bubble because this could not be entirely a bubble. It could be a big innovation towards humanity. So lots of investor traders, they think this is a bubble. They go they're short. Their outlook is short. Their forecast is short. They want this thing to be over. But that's in my opinion, it's a only trend that you don't want to really be so negative about it. Every aspect of AI is very positive, and not every. Obviously, it's it's definitely scary, and what AI can do, but in terms of financially and how this trend can affect the companies to have a better outlook, make money through it, it's very positive. But obviously it could be very harmful, and it will definitely be harmful if there are bad actors out there to not using AI properly, which definitely something that you could expect. And yeah, so the trend is very hyped, and it's going to be around for a while. It's not going to go away, and in my opinion, we're going to have this trend for a very long time, and unless we are going to have another big trend that can replace this one, but I don't think that would be the case at all. So yeah, I mean, mark my word, AI is going to be around forever, but this is just the beginning. This is just the start. So we're just seeing the beginning of this era. So be smart about if you are really against the AI move, AI trend, and you think this is a bubble, we might have some sort of short-term short-term trend bubble of AI, but I think that would also come back at us again, if ever happen. If not, we're gonna continue with this trend for a very long time. So yeah, that also one thing for overall market, to keep that in mind, that moved the SPY to that for the bullish territory as we spoke last week. And now on our market, smaller cap, um, we still, we're seeing so many, like I mentioned last week, it's summer. We're seeing this, pump action, and then right before market open, and just fade out. That's absolute demolish, and we don't see. I mean, that's a very normal pattern that if you've been trading for a very long time, you can see that pattern. But mostly, we're seeing this fade out, and then not really a big bounce to kind of trade or scale into the position. That becomes very tough. Things kind of just a scalpy. You have to stick to the scalp, one or two trades on one stock, and that's it. You can't really sit around and keep trading one ticker until the end of the day. That's definitely not suggestible, and you don't want to really be the only one that trading with lower volume throughout the day. So you want to be on the side that volume surge happen and just trade, and which normally we're seeing. I personally see that we're having this pretty much on pre-market, starting at 7 a.m. We get all the moves 7 to 8, and then from 9 to 9 to 10, 11, it's just things kind of like consolidate, or maybe one money flow. Yeah, and that's it. That's pretty much it. One or two just hit, and then fade back, fade down. That's the whole stuff that are happening during from last week and the previous week as well, and not expected. I mean, I expected this because I traded in the summer. I know how things work out, and things can be slow. So it's a great time to just sit back, have your vacation time and study the market. It's not a really great time to have a big size trade. Obviously, you can trade. You definitely can trade every single day. I do that every single day. But my thesis changed because of the market condition, because of the market cycle. I don't go as big as I will go on in the winter season, or fall season. These are the stuff that you should calculate and understand. Like if you go, depends on your account sizing, obviously. If you go, let's say, 100 shares or 1,000 share in winter, you should probably consider that 300 shares or 100 shares on a stock. So you don't want to really have that unreasonable size on a stock that has literally not enough sufficient volume that can really move to a target that you're planning to get to. But anyway, that was it. That's pretty much of that. Let's get to our watch list. This week's gonna be short, sweet. Obviously, we have one swing trade ideas as well, which I will send that to our members in detail. But yeah, Carvana is my swing trade. Where I'm gonna kind of have a brief talk about this, how I'm going to approach with this, and all that. But before, keep that in mind. This is only for educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor, and if you not comfortable with this, just watch another video, go watch some other things. But if you want to learn, if you want to educate yourself, sit down and watch this video. So Yeah, I have Carvana for watch this. I mean, Carvana for the past few weeks had this, institutional move, and I was noticing that the stock have so many dollar moves that makes it very interesting. I mean, it's very choppy. You see that get diluted and then just trap short, keep trapping shorts, and then move back up. So I decided to put it on a swing chat because, or swing idea, because I like that kind of move that happens multi days. Um, and this kind of gives me a confirmation that there are a lots of trader, and I look at it, um, it's over 100% institutional ownership, and if I'm not mistaken, 118% institutional ownership, and relatively mid to high float. And generally that's not my criteria with with that 5 billion market cap. Obviously, it's not you know it's not my bread and butter. I would look at the lower price. But for the past few days, weeks, we have this Carvana every single day on our scanner, and I decided to put it up and see if we are going to reach to that $30 mark, because the stock really hit that massive $27, and then massive seller and the short action dropped the stock to to that 18. I did scalp this on the long side for the bounce, but unfortunately I had to cut it because the price was diluting massively. So I took a small loss into that range, but my plan was just scalping it. I didn't really want it to sit around, just keep trading this one. But Carvana bounce back of the 18, really reclaim to that VWAP area, and then the new high. But right now it's pretty much extended, this extension right here, and then pretty much extended to that 18, and making it lower high. So I'll talk about my targets, what area that I'm looking with our members, so in our channel. But overall, that's kind of swing ideas for this week, and definitely I'm looking for a very short time frame. Not really looking for a bigger time frame. I'm looking for that few days of move, if ever happen, to the targets that I mentioned to our group. But other than that, our main watch list front pocket is Next. Next was the oil stock. I used to be a huge fan of oil stocks. Oil stocks are relatively, they had this trend back in, I think it was 2000. It was 2021. Last 2 years or last year we had this oil activity going on. Lots of oil stocks just pumping left and right, and that was a very fun activity. And I believe that it was a great month for me, trading, just focusing on oil, because of so many major news that was happening across the market and the sectors, and people were all over the oil move. So last week we had one oil action, and that was Next, NEXT, ticker symbol NEXT. This stock had obviously a higher cap, 1 billion market cap. They came out with a really big news that they're going to partner up with LNGs. LNGs are LNGs. I mean, LNG companies are very large in terms of oil ventures, basically the Exxon, Petroleum, and all the other companies. They have over I don't know, 20 billion, um, approximately 20 billion of gas, and they have access to all that. So they came up with this big news that they're going to partner with that. I think their news was, let me take a look at the news again. They have a deal with, they signed a deal to boost LNG output. Um, Total Energy signed an agreement with Next Decade and global infrastructure partners to participate in the development of the Rio Grande LNG project. It's an LNG project they're partnering up. They actually partner up with the TTA. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a good thing in terms of um, the market move. So that's why they moved from, they had this news, they had this headline, and they moved that price from $4 to $8. We had this on, I mean, pretty much multi-day runner. We had this on Wednesday, initial pump, initial price surge, and then continuation to the next day, Thursday, and that was pretty nice. I mean, overall, the stock doesn't have much volume. Um, they they only traded over. I think we can take a look here. They only traded over 22 million for the initial volume surge, and then just continuation. Didn't really fade it. The stock didn't really pull back much, but as you guys can see in the chart, the stock traded on a lower volume, just have this huge spread going on with their price range. And overall, I'm not a huge fan of this, their market cap and their float. They have 135 million float, and they pretty much hit that, almost to that 52 week range, which is 8.95. So I mean, they're almost into that range level. That's why I kind of decided to put it in the front pocket. Stock has been traded over VWAP. It's just uptrending pretty much after the initial pullback at this 650 area, and then 624 was a bounce off of at the open on Wednesday, and then pullback continuation. Just keep above the VWAP level, and massive continuation. And as you guys can see, the volume is just kind of faded so far. I'm expecting Tuesday the stock's probably going to pull back, but if the volume and some sort of new headline comes across, and we could see this traded above VWAP again, and just hit that new high, or if they want to pump this to that 895, we can see a gap to that nine above, $9 run over. So I mean, that's kind of my ideas on this. They only have 6 million short interest. They have high institutional ownership, 83%. So that's kind of gives them green lights to keep above that level. But you never expect this is. I mean, don't expect too much if the volume is not going to show up. Only focus on the volume. If in summer you really want to pay attention to volume, without volume, obviously any market cycle, you have to, your volume should be your number one, your volume analysis and everything. And especially in the summer, you need to focus on that. Other than that, you're just trading in this limbo. Basically, there's no one else in there, and you're just trading with an algo stuff. So you don't want to get into that trap. You don't want to have that average game plan. You want to be very smart about it, smart about your plan and your position. So yeah, that's our one front pocket. I decided to put it up. I kind of separate these from other sectors that was running, just consumers, tech, some biotechs, and all that. This was the only one that was kind of like different, moved by the oil news. Obviously, look at the overall oil reports and all that if you want to see any continuation on this. And that's kind of like what I'm going to look if we are going to have any major headline for oil and gas news or anything like that. I would keep is this really worth watch for the next few days. Yeah, and that's it for our back pocket. I have ASST, another runner we had on Monday, fade out. I mean, you guys can really see that. That's exactly what I'm saying. That the initial pre-market move, push towards the open, flush at the open, no more real volume here to run the stock back up. I mean, this 350 is not really actual number. So this will trap the bulls. Continuation to the short, great short, and money flow change. Second day, try the back hold, cover pop, just continuation, fail, and the rest is just history. And then AHI, we had this last weekend, garbage looking stock. Definitely, I put it on the back pocket because I know there are many back holders on this. They want to because the stock traded over 170 million on our last week session. We talked about this, and then just diluted, faded, gone. Well, we expect so. I mean, I expect so many back holders on this one. And then BWV, another one, pre-market pump, fade out at the open, never bounce, never get to the level that you want to kind of focused on. That's what I mean by trading in the summer. This is exactly the chart that you will expect on any tickers during the summer. They're going to have that early move. They're not going to sit around and keep trading. That's it. Short time frame. You really want to focus on that short time frame, pre-market, and go on. Because there's not a lot of traders sitting around just keep trading. It's summer. People on vacation. Traders are not going to be around that much. So yeah, that's it. That's for our back pocket and our weekly watch list this week. So hope you guys enjoy it, learn, benefit from it, and hopefully execute the right plan for yourself in your trading journey. I'm here to help. If you have any questions, reach out to my team, to myself, email or support or Telegram. You can message me if you have any questions. Yeah, that's it for this week. Talk to you guys on Tuesday at the market open tomorrow. Take care.